always like super inspired by reinvention, by either athletes or people that have made their career in one discipline and then have basically switched that up once their career has ended or once they're on the way out and try to take on something else. I've always been inspired by people that try to accomplish many things, not just one thing. And yeah, I think that's something that I'll always have in me as I go forward, as I move through life, trying different things, taking on new experiences. It's super interesting. A couple prime examples of some of the guys that I really look up to. Valtteri Bottas, formerly of Mercedes AMG, and Carlos Sainz, now racing for Williams. But these two, former, current Formula One drivers have literally pushed their bodies to the ultimate limits, tested the boundaries of fear, athleticism, competition, everything that you could roll up into an elite athlete, and have won. They've won everything. Well, Carlos Sainz has won a few races. I'm pulling for him. He's a good dude. But these guys not only, conquer one avenue, but then have decided, I'm going to take on something else. I'm going to jump into cycling. I'm going to try, to achieve as much as I can within this separate discipline while I'm going after it. It's admirable to, drive for or strive for absolute success, strive for greatness in, multiple roads. These guys are, really putting the fire under me in terms of, what you can achieve as an individual, as a man, as, an athlete, as a person, as a human, everything rolled up into one. We back at the crib, just finished up the ride. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to hop on the bike and start ripping around. I was exhausted, but, I keep going back to that quote, stick to the plan, not your mood. And the more often that I'm able to actually do that and follow through on the plan, follow through on the ride, it's the greatest feeling to know that you accomplished what you set out to do, even if it's just a small task. I just love that post-ride feeling and being able to, just bask in the fact that it's still morning, it's still the daytime, you got a full day ahead of you, and you've already worked harder than you did yesterday. It's one of the reasons why I love riding so much. And I can't wait to continue riding this year and, keep pushing my limits. Absolutely insane ride this morning. Absolutely insane. I took a different route for the first time in forever. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is as good a time as ever to talk about, resilience and reinvention. I alluded to, a couple of my, digital mentors that I look up to, Valtteri Bottas, Carlos Sainz, athletes that have perfected or mastered one sport and then transitioned into something else near what some people might think is the twilight of their career. They're just taking on another challenge, and that really resonates with me. Trying to find different avenues, different hobbies, different interests, and mastering those, or at least trying to master those, something that I gravitate towards. Cycling is one of them. And it's interesting, people kind of have a negative connotation with, spreading your interest and your energy across multiple things. The saying comes up, you don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, but